woke up at dawn with the pelicans in flight. Coffee brewing strong by dawn's early light. Waves whisper secrets to my open heart. The life around this water gets me off to a great start. Parrots wild, squawking loud in the old palm tree. Dolphin smiles, brighter than the Texas sun on me. We chase simple dreams, nothing fancy or grand, just honest days in this promised land. God gives rainbow horizons to those in this happy lane. Diamonds dancing on the waves, back sparkling again. Honest living, a pursuit of peace, family ties and the happiness we seek. Love, forgotten country running deep in our veins. Through the storms and the trials we break those chains. Good living brings the blessings we see. Rainbow horizons calling to me. Living each moment, giving truth from the heart. No deceptions woven, no false starts. It goes like a front porch swaying in the ocean breeze. Watching the sunset fade away with pink and blue ease. Teach the young ones right from wrong with care. Hold them close when the world's unfair. In this Gulf Coast life we find our way, building memories that never stray. Oh, rainbow horizons after the rain. Diamonds dancing on the waves back again. Honest living in pursuit of peace. Family ties and the happiness we see. Love, forgotten country running deep in our veins. Through the storms and the trials we break those chains. Good living brings the blessings we see. Rainbow horizons calling to me. When the night falls quiet and the stars shine bright, I thank the Lord for this humble light. For the flag that waves and the grace from above, filling our hearts with endless love. No riches compare to the peace we found in the tides we ride, and the love all around. No rainbow horizons after the rain. Diamonds dancing on the waves back again. Honest living in pursuit of peace. Family ties and the happiness we seek. Love, forgotten country running deep in our veins. Through the storms and the trials we break those chains. Good living brings the blessings we see. Rainbow horizons forever free. Yeah. Your rainbow horizons calling me.
Hi, everybody. I hope that you guys are doing very well. I'm having problems with my desktop. That is very strange. So I don't know what's wrong with it, but we will power through. I guess I'll leave it right there. Yeah, that'll work, right? Everybody can see that. You have an obscured item in your layout. Are you sure you want to save? Weird. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and go on because I don't want to waste a lot of time worrying about this. If you can hear me, please put a 1 or a 2 or an emoji or something in the chat so I know that it's not just a graphics problem. I have a question. Okay, thank y'all so much for being here, and thank you for helping me give me some feedback. Another question. What are you looking at right now? Are you looking at a UPS guy delivering boxes? Put a 1 if you see a UPS dude delivering boxes. Kimberly Jerome, welcome, my friend. I am glad you made it. Yay. We hear you, and there's a TikTok up about the UPS man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Cinnamon Hot Hot. You are awesome. Zelda, I hope you're on the mend. I hope you're feeling better. Butterflies are free to fly. Fly away, fly away. Donna Burns, good to see you. Welcome. Okay, so I ran across, well, every now and then I run across these like TikTok or Twitter kind of trending videos, right? And most of them make me laugh. Most of them are funny. I like anything that has like babies or pets, right? But I remember there was this one about 6 months ago that people were catching their little toddlers cussing, right? And the ones that are kind of they're, you can tell they're authentic, that they just catch the kid in a moment of emotion and they utter a cute little cuss word. Those are okay. Those are, funny and normal, life. But then it got to be very disturbing because you could tell people were coaching their kids, and they weren't just saying, instead of saying like, I'm a witch for Halloween, they would say, I'm a bitch for Halloween. Instead of that very innocent kind of normal daily life that we see with little ones in the house, this got very disturbing because you could tell the kids were being taught and coached, and they were cussing like a gangbanger dude, right? They horrible, awful. Even what I said, some of them were even reflective of abuse, if that was in fact the environment that the child was living in. So some of the trends are cute and fun. Some of the trends are disturbing. And this one is disturbing. Okay? I'm disturbed. Cinnamon said, I've laughed at plenty, but I don't think people should put their children on social media. It's a dangerous world. Let that child make his choice of age. Totally agree, Cinnamon. And there have been law enforcement that have tried to put that message out. I see it mostly on Facebook. They've tried to put that message out to people that when you attract a lot of attention with all of these baby and toddler pictures or videos, that the people that are mentally ill, they can take the face or the head of your child and put it onto another child that's being victimized. And so even though your child was not victimized, it can be sold as content to pedophiles and such. And so really trying to get people to be more thoughtful and careful about how much content they're putting out there with little ones, because those people that it's all their whole Facebook is all children, they are the ones that tend to attract those types of monsters. An occasional photo here and there with the group, like with the family, that is a little safer, though most of those guys will tell you, don't put pictures of their kids. Don't make them public, right? And it's really hard to do because you're excited. You want to show your friends. So you do need to be careful. And I watched a couple of those shows and I was like, I need to take the pictures of my granddaughter down. So yeah, exactly, Donna. Exactly. So when I saw the shows and I was like, ooh, I never thought about it in those terms. And, they said it's really become a big problem even though they may only have 1 or 2 children who are actually being victimized, they can switch out the faces of hundreds of kids and just make each video more and more lucrative. So the new messaging is, don't put your kids or your grandkids' faces out there at all. So, you know, and y'all know I want to show off my grandbaby. She looks very, very much like me, and I love that. And I'm resisting, right? Hey, Momming It Up. So good to see you. Hey, Cinnamon. I can't stand the AI babies. It just feels like predator bait or something because it seems to attract weirdos. Anything, you know, it's just like drug addicts, right? Drug addicts can take just about anything and try to get high off of it. There was a period of time where you would see people that were shooting up Drano or peanut butter, anything trying to get high, right? So same thing with these really mentally ill people that look at children as sexualized creatures. They can do gross things, really gross things, right? Notice our brother in Christ, Charlie Kirk, and his wife Erica never showed the kids' faces. It seemed they took great effort to keep heads turned on the children. Exactly. Like that's a great example. So yeah. So this is one of the trends that that I found actually disturbing. I found this disturbing for several different reasons. And so after we watch this through, then I'm going to go through and I'm going to talk about why this is a terrible trend. This is a terrible trend. This was like the trend where parents told their children that they ate all their Halloween candy. Did y'all see that? I think it was, I can't remember what late night show host it was, but one of the maybe Jimmy Kimmel said, you know, trick your kids, tell them you ate all their Halloween candy and film their reaction. Now, this is just disgusting. This is just awful, to intentionally disturb your children to the point of tears. When they're crying, they feel violated. They're feeling betrayal. And at such an early age, you think it's funny in some weird, very weird, sadistic way. But in truth, you're causing long-term damage to those kids by creating a critical violation. You being a person who's in a role of trust, right? Kids trust you. When you say, I didn't have any regard for your feelings and I ate all of your candy, they are legitimately confused by the fact that you have harmed them. So we have to be super careful about some of these social media trends. And I think this is one that we're going to end up seeing a lot of. And I'm just thinking, this is a horrible, horrible, horrible idea. Please don't do this. If anyone out there runs across my video, I'm begging you, do not do this. You may be putting the kiss of death on your parents' marriage. You may find yourself being divorced. Please don't engage in this. It's not cute and it's not fun. I promise you. So let me go ahead. I just hate that it looks like that. That is awful. And I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see if I can get it full screen. No, it won't do it. I don't know why. Excuse me. I I just hate that it looks like that. That's not good. But we will power through. So my apology. Okay. So I'm going to let these play through. Right there. Okay, I'm going to ask you right here, right off the bat. Look at this man's face. Does he look amused? How does he look? Like legit. If all you could see was the lower part of his face, not his eyes, but from his nose down, you tell me right now, how's this guy feeling? As he comes home from work and he walks up to his house and there is $1,000 or more of boxes on his front step. How is he feeling in that moment? He's stressed. His lips are tight together. And watch him. His equilibrium is even off. Watch him. I feel so bad for these people. This is not a cute. Oops.
Who wants to taste something?
Damn it.
What in the?
I know, we'll go through it in a minute.
Now look at this guy. Look at his face. And he's had a beer. Look at his face. He's even flushed a bit red, isn't he? He's not having fun. Bit shocked, confused, sort of, but listen to his words. Watch his body language.
I don't want to go through it.
The daughter is saying, "Oh, we'll go through it in just a minute." Look at the look on his face. It's emptiness. He's like, holy shit. What? She said, "Oh, we'll go through it in a minute. I'll show you everything I got." He's like, "No, I don't want to go through it. This is a disaster." Why is it a disaster? I'll tell you why it's a disaster. Because he's the one working his ass off every day. He's the one going to work, making enough money to pay the mortgage and trying to figure out how the hell he's going to pay for groceries for his family. And his daughter and wife walk in having spent literal thousands. And this is a man who is freaking out. Maybe he hasn't told the wife and daughter that he's struggling to make ends meet. You don't have to be a psychologist or a rocket scientist to look at this guy's face right here, right now, and see desperation.
I don't want to fucking go through it.
What are the thoughts in his head right there? There you go, Amy. Taken advantage of. Yes. What is in his mind right now? What is happening? He's thinking, this is bigger than what I have resources to manage. I don't know what I'm going to do now. I don't know. This is debt. This is debt, and I can't even buy groceries. This is not funny, young people and wives. This is not funny.
It's fucking stupid.
The cuss words are real, right? You use cuss words when you're stressed.
Did Santa just go to no other house or something? Just drop him off from here? I'm gonna take it easy this year. Yeah, you took it easy. Look at this shit. Fucking.
I mean, this is not fun. This is not cute.
I don't understand.
Jason, he literally like loses his balance. He's just so disoriented. He's just like, I don't have enough money as it is. Now you just put me $5,000 in debt for bullshit?
Awesome, thank you.
What is all that?
What's all that?
That 87 bucks is sitting on my couch right now.
There's only like 15.
I was exaggerating, but that is still a ton. What are these from?
Okay, we're already starting.
Does this man look amused? Or is he trying to control his anger as he addresses either the daughter or the wife or both?
Are we all? Who wants to taste something What in the?
I know, we'll go through it in a minute.
I don't want to go through it.
You said you did.
I don't want to fucking go through it.
Maybe bring this up for nothing.
This is fucking stupid. Did Santa just go to no other house or something? Just drop him off fucking here?
I'm gonna take it easy this year. Yeah, you took it easy. Look at this shit. Fucking stupid. I don't understand.
Look at this guy, watch.
Awesome, thank you.
He said, oh my God.
What is all that?
What's all that?
That 87 bucks is sitting on my couch right now.
There's only like 15.
I was exaggerating, but that is still a ton. What are these from?
Okay, we're already starting. Are we all? Who wants to taste something What in the?
I know, we'll go through it in a minute.
And look at the big, like, just crap, right? Like, who the hell needs a Grinch? Is it a dog bed? I don't know what it is. This guy really hurt my heart. Watching him, he looks like, oh my God, I'm never digging out of this debt that I'm in.
I don't want to go through it.
You said you did.
I don't want to fucking go through it.
Okay. Is it not, do you not get this feeling of, yes, Cinnamon, I was just fixing to say, being defeated. Yes. Lavina says she can't hear them. I hate Christmas because parents go deep into debt for the piles of plastic toys. Takes years to pay off high interest loans. So I fear, I'll tell you why I decided to do this video. Because I can see very well that there are going to be women, even daughters, sons and daughters, who think this is funny. Who say, I think I'll do the same thing. This will be great. And they may not really understand the financial situation that their family is in, right? And so when I saw this, I was like, no, they're baiting up people to do this really, really bad thing. So the sound is too low. That's weird because it's, hold on. Oh yeah, it is low.
This is fucking stupid. Did Santa just go to no other house or something? Just drop him off fucking here?
I'm gonna take it easy this year. Yeah, you took it easy. Look at this shit. Fucking stupid. I don't understand. Turn it up.
Awesome, thank you.
What is all that?
What's all that?
That 87 bucks is sitting on my couch right now.
There's only like 15.
I was exaggerating, but that is still a ton. What are these from?
Okay, we're already starting. Are we all? Who wants to taste something What in the?
I know, we'll go through it in a minute.
I don't want to go through it.
You said you did.
I don't want to fucking go through it.
Maybe bring this up for nothing.
This is fucking stupid. Did Santa just go to no other house or something? Just drop him off fucking here?
I'm gonna take it easy this year. Yeah, you took it easy. Look at this shit. Fucking stupid. I don't understand. Turn it up.
Awesome. Thank you.
What is all that?
What's all what?
That 87 bucks is sitting on my couch right now.
There's only like 15.
I was exaggerating, but that is still a ton. What are these from?
Okay, we're already starting. Are we all? Who wants to taste something What in the?
I know, we'll go through it in a minute.
I don't want to go through it.
You said you did.
I don't want to fucking go through it.
All right. Desperation, isn't it? Such unabashed consumerism ruins Christmas. I hate seeing so many gifts. It is not a humorous prank, and it could be terribly damaging, right? I know a lot of people, mothers or fathers, who shelter their family from money struggles. They want the kids, they want the wife to feel secure. And so they don't say, hey, I'm having trouble making ends meet. Can we maybe take it a little easy this week on money? They don't want to make the people in their house feel worried and so they carry the full burden on their own shoulders. I've heard it many times. People in therapy even saying, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm struggling. I can't even make sure that there's the necessary grocery money. And then I come home and, my wife's gone shopping and there are thousands of purchases all on credit. So credit is a very damaging thing. It is a great way to destroy your entire future. Okay. But there are people that really don't share with the family what the limitations are. And this is how much we need for our basic needs. And here's your allowance for the week so that you can have a little spending money. And we're not using credit cards to go shopping. If we don't have enough money for you to buy that shirt today, then all I can tell you is wait until you get your allowance again. Correct? There's a lot of people who just won't do that. They just allow their families to live under an illusion of excess wealth. And then they just sit in desperation and watch the balances get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Right? So as I watched this, I thought to myself, why is TikTok, why are they promoting this? They're like asking people to do this. They're asking people to go shopping, spend tons and tons and tons and tons, buy lots of gifts, like have lots of boxes and such, and then record the shock of the parents or record the shock of the spouse when they see it. They're pushing this, right? So there will be people that are unhealthy that will find this to be amusing, but this is a true issue. This is an unhealthy content topic. Money problems and high debt absolutely impact you both mentally and physically. Money problems create a cycle of stress that will invade every aspect of your life. So, of course, we know there will be mental health problems from it, right? Worrying about debt, not having the actual ability to pay the bills, that is associated. It is a positive correlation, meaning as debt rises, so rises anxiety and depression. Persistent debt will then translate into intense anger and overall emotional strain. And I think that's what you're seeing in this man, right? You're seeing long-term strain. You're seeing a man who is on the edge of hopelessness. And there's beer next to him. It's the middle of the day. Is he already now begun to use substances to cope with the financial stressors? I don't know. I don't know who these people are. But we do know from research that as your inability, your debt to income ratio or debt to assets ratio, as it gets more and more unhealthy, as you, no matter how much money you may make, if your spending is out of control, then you reach a point that you may make $200,000-$300,000 a year, but if your spouse or you are spending $200,000 a year, you're at zero sum, and you're more likely to be able to get more credit with a $200,000 income, and so the size of your credit gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Drug abuse, alcoholism, affairs, infidelity, all of these things grow, become more impactful as coping tools as debt and financial strain increases. Debt makes it very, very difficult for individuals to find their center, to claim a sense of well-being. It is nearly impossible to teach these people that are living under immense financial strain. It is nearly impossible to get them to be able to use things like diaphragmatic breathing to calm themselves and feel relief. We know at some point there's a zero-sum game where people are actually more relaxed and better off once they file bankruptcy. Never underestimate the feeling of dread and exposure that debt can bring to a person or to a family. Not only is the debt and financial strain associated with mental health issues, but we also know it contributes to high blood pressure. And as your blood pressure rises, you're running into hypertension, stroke, heart attacks. A high debt to income ratio correlates with poorer overall physical health outcomes, period. People that are living in financial strain, they are much more likely to be morbidly obese. They can't sleep. Their immune systems shut down, so they stay sick all the time. So to watch these videos where there are these men that are legitimately disturbed by the money that has been spent, they're not amused. There's nothing cute about it. They're having mental health problems, but you also get the feeling by watching them that physically they're succumbing to the physical pressure of the money issues, correct? So why do this? This is a question. Why do this kind of sort of trending topic? Why try to get people to be financially irresponsible and go and spend tons and tons and tons and tons of money as a trigger to a meltdown by your loved one, whether it's your dad or it's your husband or it's your wife? Why do it? Is it funny? Is it fun? Is it the idea that Christmas needs just, hundreds of gifts for it to be exciting or good? The actual truth is, we know that with children, that when a child is presented with a big pile of gifts, Like there's a ton of gifts to be unwrapped and to go through. Many of those kids will melt down into sensory overload. The idea of receiving and getting new things is not, they're not making that connection. They're simply overwhelmed by the task that is in front of them. It makes it, depending on the age of the kid, it can make it incredibly difficult for them to focus on one of the items meaningfully, to actually look at it and feel that sense of anticipation, enjoy that feeling of discovery as you're unwrapping it, and then a huge feeling of appreciation when you see the new toy or clothing or whatever it happens to be. They cannot do that. What they end up doing when presented with this large number of gifts is it becomes a job. They're distracted and they're unpleasant. You can look at them and tell that emotionally they're feeling uncomfortable, and they will just rip into the present, look at it and set it aside and grab the next gift. Dig through it, set it aside, grab the next gift. And so for psychologists looking at these research studies, there's some real issues related to cognitive development that we look at and we think this is not, you've negatively impacted the actual growth of the brain. You've increased this child's ability to be overstimulated. In the future, they're easier to become overstimulated. You've also reduced that internal mechanism of appreciation and gratitude, which will translate, that will generalize to all kinds of activities, including even like appreciating the taste of dinner, right? And you're setting in place, by presenting this large number of gifts to your kids, you're also setting in place behavioral patterns of give me, I can't feel fulfilled. I am hungry for gratitude. I am hungry for a sense of appreciation and fulfillment. And yet, no matter how much I go through, I can't get that. All right. So there are some very real negative consequences to this idea that Christmas is only good if there are copious amounts of gifts. So the sensory overload that children experience during this onslaught of presents, it reduces their ability to focus. It interferes with sustained attention. And you have to remember this. It's not in the moment. All of this is happening in their little brains, and their brain is forming retrieval paths. With each new experience that we have, our brain changes. It physically modifies through encoding of new memory and then retrieval of that memory. And each time you retrieve that new memory, your retrieval path is getting deeper and more ingrained, and it becomes a faster retrieval. So when you take a little kid and you present them with 20 or some odd presents, their retrieval paths are very shallow and very limited. And if they don't open a gift and then experience corresponding joy, gratitude, then they'll never feel gratitude for a gift. That encoding of gratitude or appreciation, the little dopamine hit, it doesn't get there. So the kid is left with a perpetual sense of, I'm unfulfilled and I don't know how to get fulfilled. And I look around right now in our society, and I think there's a lot of us that are struggling to experience true gratitude and we're plagued by a sense of unfulfillment, which may be why alcohol and drug abuse is rampant. It may be why people are hitting sugar so heavily, why we have, a real weight problem in our country. So that's a guess. I'm hypothesizing, right? But the two go hand in hand, and it might be an area to really kind of focus some research on. So the kid is also expending a great deal of cognitive energy trying to filter through all these options that you've given them. So even if they get 2 or 3 superbly epic gifts, the interest and the joy for even one of those gifts is diluted. Now I'm talking strictly brain. I'm talking strictly learning and memory here. I'm not talking about you're intentionally hurting your child. No, I know what you're doing. You want that kid to have fun and excitement. And it is fun to buy gifts and to have a big happy Christmas. I've been there, done that. I get it. But what I'm saying is, as we look at this group of this collection of people that are responding so negatively to just debt, right? It's just the money that has been spent in such a foolish way. The payoff may not be what you think it is, and the cost to the family resources is immense. And this is probably one of the trending topics you're probably going to want to not be a part of. It might be better to honor and respect your husband or wife or grandparent or brother or sister or mom or dad, whoever it is that goes out there in the world and makes the money. You may actually get more fulfillment by honoring the fact that they're working so hard and maybe they don't have a lot of money to do this little trending thing that to me looks very, very dangerous, or not dangerous, but damaging. Kids in a natural setting, if they're healthy and cognitively they've been provided enriching experiences, their brain is healthy and working well, they really only have the ability to fixate on 1 or 2 items. That is the truth. So the thought to me is, if you're going to take $1,000, do you really want to take $1,000 and buy 100 $10 gifts so that the whole room is filled with presents? Or is it more consistent with good mental health for your child to maybe take $500 and buy 2 really, really good gifts, right? If the child can really only focus and fixate on 1 or 2 items anyway, then why run the risk of you altering those retrieval paths for satisfaction and gratitude? Why take that chance by inundating them with dozens of presents? They're going to have just as much fun if they get a quality gift that they've really been wanting, something that there's desire there, they know what it is, they wish to have that, then the satisfaction and the joy is triple fold, right? There's another problem with the how do I say it? The frenzy of unwrapping tons of gifts, right? And that is the high level of chemical alteration in the brain. You're creating overstimulation, and the brain is going to adjust correspondingly to how much epinephrine's there, how much dopamine. It's going to try to balance things out because, like it or not, the brain is there to keep the body safe. And if you get overstimulated, let's say with opiates, you take too many opiates, then your brain will stop making endorphins. It will increase the number of opiate receptors to try to stop you from getting intoxicated or dying of an overdose. So there's the brain is always modifying itself in reaction to the lifestyle choices that you and I are making. And if we inundate our children with everything, even things they don't even want or they don't even know what it is, eventually their receptors get altered, their neurochemistry gets out of whack, and they begin to get angry. They get frustrated. They cry. They break things. They scream. It's real. One of the first things that will happen if somebody brings a kid in, like a young kid, let's say under the age of 10, all right? Somebody brings a kid in under the age of 10 or 12 and says, there's a real anger problem. He's on these very powerful medications, or she's on these powerful medications to control her anger. You know what the first thing I'm going to do is, okay, tell me about screen time. How much video game, how much smart TV watching, and then how much time are they spending outside? Do they do a sport? Correct? Any child who is experiencing a high degree of impulsive or explosive anger, most of the time, I'm going to even say a grand majority of the time, if you make them go 100% no video games, 100% no video games, cut their TV watching down to an hour a day, within 3 weeks, that anger is going to be gone. Okay, so it's overstimulation. Their brain becomes very sensitive to new stimulation, and they lash out. It's too much. They're like, don't stress me anymore. I'm already more stressed than I can manage. So excessive gifts, like I said earlier, it also it diminishes the sense of value that a child has for any gift. It really does make neurological changes that make gratitude much more difficult to experience, and they absolutely will take their possessions for granted. The overabundance will breed a notable level of carelessness. Toys that will be discarded, broken, they'll break a toy and they don't seem to have any grief about the fact that it won't work. They just sort of walk away from it with dead emotions. Like there's no feeling of disappointment. We want to see that. If a child has a toy and they break it, it's healthy and normal to feel a sense of disappointment. They've just lost something that was like a companion to them. And when you don't see the disappointment, you begin to get really worried about have they disrupted their ability to experience these healthy emotions. And that's a big part of what like play therapy will do in some of these situations. You're trying to rewire the memory encoding and the retrieval of memory. You're trying to rewire the brain so that they're getting healthy feedback, whether it's disappointment and regret, which is healthy, it's a corrective emotion, or enjoyment and gratitude, which is something that we all need in order to feel satisfaction in life. Okay. So the shorter attention spans are something that we're seeing in a time of plenty. We're living in a culture, the Western world is living in a culture where, everybody thinks they want their McMansion and they want to fill their little suburban McMansion up to the brim with stuff. And how much of it is junk? How much of it is actually just a landfill that is being hidden by your pretty McMansion? So when we inundate our children or ourselves with everything our heart could desire, when there is no sense of want, when there is no sense of motivation to earn something valuable, we're destroying their attention span. We're seeing shorter attention spans. Concentration, the ability to concentrate, has flown right out the window as abundance increases. So we take a group of people, families, children, we measure the level of abundance, and there is a corresponding reduction in attention span and prolonged sustained attention and concentration. This is real, you guys. I'm not making this up. This is coming out of research. So the damage to the kids that are just, you've seen them, right? You walk in their bedrooms and the toys are just like drifts up into the corners of the rooms. There's just hundreds of toys everywhere, right? These are children playing and living in this environment. Their creativity is dulled. Their imagination is non-existent. The idea of sharing with others or being resourceful, they just can't generalize knowledge. They're having fewer and fewer meaningful engagements with an item or person. These are real issues. So we also see in these like McMansion type, give the kid anything and everything. These kids are also kids that seem to have no limit on their behavior. They will just like grab and yank stuff out of other people's hands. I want it. Not, is it mine? Not, I should show respect toward this person and their possession. They just see it and they say, I want that. And they will greedily grab it and yank it away, right? The unwrapping of these gifts becomes almost violent. It is tearing into the gift and tossing the gift aside. How many of you guys have seen that on social media? People watch it and they think it's funny, right? They see a little kid tearing into all these gifts and throwing them to the side. But in reality, this is actually happening. Have you stopped to ask yourself why your kid is not experiencing joy with what you've given them? So it's a question, an important question in my opinion. So the research does show the behavior has lasting social, it impacts their socialization, their emotional ramifications. It will lead to, and here's the big red flag right here. You want to know why TikTok is promoting this particular, hopefully trending topic? Here it comes. Research has shown that this behavior of grabbing and unwrapping frenetically, being exposed to too many gifts, too many things, has lasting emotional ramifications that will, the research says, will lead, not may lead, but it will lead to things like compulsive shopping. We've got all these little people, we are molding them to be credit card debtors in the future. Is it on purpose? Where do most of our toys and things come from? Oh yeah, China, right? where'd TikTok come from? China? Oh, so you think that maybe this little set of videos that I just showed you is intentional from the Chinese psychologist whose job it is to say, we have to get the Western world to buy more of our products. Let's start grooming them now. Let's start brainwashing them now. And that is why this trend that I'm showing you is so dangerous and so bad. With this type of gift giving, piling on of gifts, this does not boost your child's self-esteem. There is no link at all in any of our research between material possessions and a sense of self-worth or happiness and peace. The link is not there, y'all. You know what the link is? I can tell you a couple of things. Getting something new has a boost that is temporary and time limited. And here's the key. In no way is the boost connected to the value or the worth of the new object. Let me say this again. If you're depressed, if you're unhappy, and you take your credit card that you've been paying off for a year and you go on a shopping spree and run that baby up to $5,000 or $10,000 or whatever your limit is, okay, you will get a temporary boost that will be gone in a matter of hours or maybe even 2 days, up to 48 hours. However, if you had gone to the store and purchased one new shirt with cash, the sense of satisfaction would have been exactly the same. That's research. That's the result of research. Children that have fewer possessions, fewer things, but they have a very active and strong relationship with the people in their family, the mom, the dad, the grandparents, the uncles, the aunts, the siblings, the cousins, those kids have higher self-esteem. Those kids have fewer behavioral problems, and they consistently show greater resilience, even in the face of divorce. I'm going to say that one more time. This is research. Children with fewer things. I'm not saying austerity. I'm not saying they don't have anything in their room. That's not what I'm saying. That the things that they have are things that have importance to them. Those kids with fewer things, but they have strong, good relationships with the people in their family. They consistently score higher in questionnaires of overall quality of living, self-esteem. They demonstrate fewer behavioral problems. And the big one, this is the big one, their resilience is higher. It's huge, y'all. The effects are particularly pronounced in young children because their brains are developing. They have a limited capacity for memory, and the smallest of interactions can really have profound impact on their future because it's modifying a little small malleable brain. So when you are gifting, be thoughtful, be aware, talk to the child, see what the child knows about, figure out what their interests are, and the gifts that you present, make sure they're gifts that will stimulate the child's natural curiosity, the child's natural talents, the things that the child naturally enjoys. And here's a big one that I'm always pushing, always. Rotate toys. You don't have to buy 50 toys. You can actually buy 10 toys and switch them out weekly. 3 toys for a week, and then put those 3 up and bring out another 3 and then put those up and then get out a different 3. I do that with my dogs and my birds too. I switch their toys out, and every time you switch it out, even though it may be an old toy, the dog thinks it's a brand new spanking toy and they're so excited. Okay. Same thing with the birds. I notice the birds they get really excited when there's something new in the cage, right? There's some new shiny something, and they'll play with it and play with it and play with it. And then I'll start noticing they're not even looking at it anymore. They won't even do anything with it. So I'll go in there, take that out, and get one out of I've got a pet closet that has all their stuff. And I'll go in there and take a toy that had been in there, a month ago, put that in there, and they're all excited and happy again because it's new. And I have to explore it and see what it is. All right. Excuse me. I'm doing a lot of talking. I know that. Sorry about that. So receiving too many gifts at once can diminish the appreciation. It can also interfere with learning attachment, what would be natural attachment to people, even not just to items, but even to people. This is all researched under the field related to neurological research for looking at overstimulation, materialism, how it forms and the effects of it on society, and why some people just seem to have less experience for intrinsic value of people and things. There's just some of us that are very detached from joy. And so researchers spend a lot of time trying to figure out how that happened. Is it a personality factor? Is it shaped neurology? And so this idea of kids being influenced by affluence has become a huge part of the research. So when you watch these videos, don't laugh. Look at the people and look at what they're actually experiencing. And then ask yourself, is this really for the families, for the laugh, for the joy? Or is this China brainwashing us so that these kids that are getting all this stuff will never feel a sense of satisfaction in adulthood and will forever live in debt to China?
It's fucking stupid. Did Santa just go to no other house or something? Just drop him off fucking here?
I'm gonna take it easy this year. Yeah, you took it easy. Look at this shit. Fucking stupid. I don't understand.
It's so sad.
Awesome. Thank you.
What is all that?
What's that what?
That 87 boxes sitting on my couch right now.
There's only like 15.
I was exaggerating, but that is still a ton. What are these from?
It's so
Okay.
sad.
We're already starting? Are we all? Who wants to taste something What in the?
I know, we'll go through it in a minute.
I don't want to go through it.
You said you.
It is really, really sad. Yeah, absolutely being targeted. No question about it. And how many people are going on Temu and they're spending $500 and it is $500 worth of junk? I mean, when it comes in, it is junk. People, do not shop on Temu, for God's sake. You are wasting your money. You're being made a fool of, basically, in my opinion. All right. Okay, you guys. I don't know. It's not exciting, right? The drama sells. People like to see the fighting and the arguing. They like to have their team and be supportive of their people. I get all that. That's fine. But when I saw this, I just cringed and I thought, ugh, if I can influence one person not to put their family in debt and cause their dad a heart attack, then my job is done. Okay. Don't give your mom and dad a heart attack. It's not funny. Don't give your husband or wife a heart attack. It's not funny. And your children actually benefit from fewer but higher quality gifts. Don't just go crazy in a frenzy buying stuff. You're hurting the brain of your loved one. All right. Okay. So did you see my comment about a YouTube friend that mentioned she loves the Temu junk and got a $6,000 loan from them to spend elsewhere? That's just sad. I'm not sad that she likes it. That's her preference. But I find it sad that she now is beholden to China to pay off a $6,000 loan that by the time she pays it off will probably be $18,000, right? It's really sad. All right. And laughing at men's chagrin. I don't know where we got to a place for women to belittle men. I don't know how we got to a place for women to sort of look down on men. I think it is incredibly unhealthy for the family. It is unhealthy for the family. I do believe in roles like gender roles or familial roles. I do think that women tend to be more empathetic. Dads or men tend to be more playful, but both of those roles for the children are absolutely valuable. And, you know, men should try to be more empathetic and women should play more. I'm not saying it's carved in stone gender roles, but I think that you're not in a weakened position to be proud of your husband and to look up to him and to build him up. And he is not in a weakened position to be tender and show love toward his wife and children and to engage in more, you know, tender things. We really need to quit trying to make certain people more powerful in any given family. Everyone in the family matters. Everybody has an important role and they should feel that role. You know, my dogs have a toy basket, right? And of course, 2 of them are very old now, but all of my dogs were taught to go get their toys and they were taught to put their toys up. So after we would play and they would chase and they would retrieve the balls and stuff, I would tell them, clean up, get your toy, put it in your basket. And they would run around and it was fun. They would run around, they'd pick their toys up and drop them in the basket, right? And then they'd get a treat, okay? Having an important role in your family, in your home, that gives you a sense of importance and autonomy is something that even a 5-year-old can experience as long as it's age appropriate. So having a toy box and you just say, put your toys in your box, and it's going to be a big jumbled mess, that's fine, it's age appropriate. But then when they get to be about 7 or 8, then you can divide it up, right? You can have stuffed animal bin and a game bin and then, you know, a Barbie bin. So their job has to be appropriate and consistent to their neurological development and their abilities, right? Okay. And do not make video games and television a babysitter. It neurologically is disruptive to their development. Don't do that. It's just one tool to be used appropriately. All right. I'm done. Please don't give in to this horrible TikTok trend. Oh, it's awful what they're doing. All right. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about nonsense that's probably really boring and nobody cares about. But at least I feel a little better. My message is out there. All right. Y'all have a great day. Bye.
Woke up at dawn with the pelicans in flight. Coffee brewing strong by dawn's early light. Waves whisper whisper secrets to my open heart. The life around this water gets me off to a great start. Parrots wild, squawking loud in the old palm tree. Dolphin smiles, brighter than the Texas sun on me. We chase simple dreams, nothing fancy or grand, just honest days in this promised land. God gives rainbow horizons to those in this happy lane. Diamonds dancing on the waves, back sparkling again. Honest living, a pursuit of peace, family ties and the happiness we seek. Love, forgotten country running deep in our veins. Through the storms and the trials we break those chains. Good living brings the blessings we see. The rainbow horizons calling to me. Living each moment, giving truth from the heart. No deceptions woven, no false starts. It goes like a front porch swaying in the ocean breeze. Watching the sunset fade away with pink and blue ease. Teach the young ones right from wrong with care. Hold them close when the world's unfair. In this Gulf Coast life we find our way, building memories that never stray. Oh, rainbow horizons after the rain. Diamonds dancing on the waves back again. Honest living in pursuit of peace. Family ties and the happiness we see. Love, forgotten country running deep in our veins. Through the storms and the trials we break those chains. Good living brings the blessings we see. Rainbow horizons calling to me. When the night falls quiet and stars shine bright, I thank the Lord for this humble light, for the flag that waves and the grace from above, filling our hearts with endless love. No riches compared to the peace we found in the time